Hello, and welcome to another episode of AV's podcast, the podcast where we dive deep into global issues. I am your host, Avirup, and today we are embarking on an extensive exploration of a topic that affects us all increasing pollution. Joining me today for this in depth discussion is one of my batchmates from my college. His name is Arijit Mondol.
Thank you for having me, Oviro. I am thrilled to be here to shed light on these critical issues and explore the potential solutions. Let's start by examining the root causes of pollution. What are the primary contributors to the rising level of pollution we are witnesses globally?
Pollution stems from a multitude of sources, including industrial activities, transportation, agriculture, and improper waste management. Industrial emissions, vehicle exhaust, chemical runoff from agricultural practices, plastic waste are among major the contributors. These activities release pollutants into air, water, and soil, posing significant threats to human health and the environment.
It's evident that pollution poses multifaceted challenges. How has pollution impacted public health, and what are the long term consequences we need to consider?
The impacts of pollution on public health are profound and wide ranging. Air pollution, for example, is linked to respiratory diseases, cardiovascular issues, and even neurological disorders. Water pollution can lead to waterborne illnesses and pose risks to drinking water supplies. Prolonged exposure to pollutants can have long term effects, including increased mortality rates, reduced life expectancy, and chronic health conditions. Moreover, vulnerable populations such as children, the elderly, and marginalized communities are disproportionately affected by pollution, exacerbating existing health disparities.
The health disparities exacerbated by pollution are alarming. Let's pivot the environmental consequences. How is pollution affected ecosystem, biodiversity, and the balance of our natural world?
Pollution poses significant threats to ecosystems and biodiversity. Chemical pollutants contaminate soil and water, disrupting ecological processes and endangering plants and animal species. Plastic pollution, in particular, has devastating effects on marine ecosystems, leading to entanglement, ingestion, and habitat destruction for marine life. Additionally, pollutants like nitrogen and phosphorus contribute to eutrophication, causing algal blooms that deplete oxygen levels in water bodies and harm aquatic organisms. The loss of biodiversity and disruption of ecosystems have cascading effects on ecosystem services, such as pollination, nutrient cycling, and climate regulation, further exacerbating the impacts of pollution.
The interconnectedness of this issue underscores the urgency of addressing pollution comprehensively. What steps can individually take to reduce their contribution of pollution in their daily lives?
Individuals play as a crucial role in mitigating pollution through their everyday choices and actions. Simple yet impactful measures, including conserving energy, reducing vehicle emissions by using public transportation, carpooling, or cycling, minimizing single use plastics, proper disposing of waste, and supporting environmentally friendly products and initiatives by adopting sustainable process and advocating for environmental stewardship in their communities. Individuals can contribute to collective efforts to address pollution.
Empowering individual to take action in essential. Let's broaden our perspective to examine the role of industrial and governmental in addressing pollution. What policies and regulations are needed to curb pollution effectively? How can business and initiative to prioritize sustainability?
Industries and governments play pivotal roles in addressing pollution through policy interventions and regulatory measures. Government must establish and enforce stringent environmental standards such as emission limits, pollution control measures, and waste management regulations to hold industries accountable for their environmental impact. Additionally, governments can provide incentives and subsidies to encourage business to adopt sustainable practices, invest in clean technologies, and transition to renewable energy sources. Collaboration between stakeholders, including business, governments, non governmental organizations, and communities, is essential to develop and implement comprehensive strategies that address pollution holistically.
Collaboration and systemic change are indeed imperative. Looking ahead, what innovative solutions and technologies show promises in tackling pollution and promotion environmental sustainability?
There are several promising innovations and technologies that hold potential for addressing pollution and advancing sustainability. For instance, advanced filtration systems and air quality monitoring technologies can help reduce air pollution and protect public health. Waste to energy technologies and circular economy initiatives offer sustainable solutions for managing waste and promoting resource efficiency. Furthermore, green infrastructure projects such as urban forests, green roofs, and permeable pavements can mitigate the impacts of pollution, enhance biodiversity, and improve urban resilience to climate change. Continued research, investment, and implementation of these innovative solutions are essential to achieve meaningful progress in combating pollution and building a more sustainable future.
Now, you tell me some points to control the increasing rate of pollution.
Pollution control is the process of reducing and eliminating the release of harmful substances into environment. Here are some ways to reduce pollution. Reduce waste. Reduce the amount of waste you throw away by recycling, reusing, and compositing. You can also use reusable packaging like lunch boxes, water bottles, and mugs. Reduce energy use. Use less energy and buy energy efficient appliances. You can also turn off lights when you leave the room. Reduce air pollution. Drive less, keep your car in good condition, and turn off your engine. You can also avoid burning trash, leaves, and other materials. You can use electric or hand powered lawn equipment of gas powered equipment. Can also use an EPA approved wood burning stove or replace insert. Reduce water pollution. Conserve water and implement effective waste management systems. Other ways to reduce pollution: plant and care for trees, volunteer for cleanups, educate others, and choose sustainable options.
It's encouraging to see innovative paving the way for positive change. Before we conclude, Oviru, any final thought or messages you would like to share with your listeners?
Surely, I urge our listeners to recognize the urgency of addressing pollution and to take actions in their communities and beyond. By adopting sustainable practices, advocating for policy changes, and supporting initiatives and prioritizing environmental protection, we can collectively make a difference in combating pollutions and safeguarding the planet for future generations. Together, we have the power to create a cleaner, healthier, and more sustainable world.
Wise word indeed. Thank you, Oviru, for your insight and expertise on this vital topic.
And to our listeners, thank you for turning in to this enlightening discussion on increasing pollution. I am Ovirup, urging you to be mindful of your environmental impact and take action towards a cleaner, healthier planet. This concludes today's episode of AB's podcast. Stay tuned for more engaging conversations on the topics of shaping our world. Thank you. um, Technologies and
Imperative looking ahead that of positive change